In a world full of noise, people interrupt you not because your voice is weak, but because their minds are loud. Most people don't listen to understand, they listen to reply. They cut you off to feel superior, to dominate the conversation, or to pull attention back to themselves. But Stoicism teaches something different. Power is not in shouting. Power is not in arguing. Power is in calm, measured, intentional speech. The person who controls the pace of the conversation often controls the outcome of the conversation. And today, you will learn something incredibly simple but astonishingly effective. 3 words that stop interruptions instantly. 3 words that reset the room. 3 words that silence noise without raising your voice. These words are not aggressive, but they are firm. They are not emotional, but they command attention. They create psychological space, forcing the other person to stop talking and start listening. And when you speak with this kind of controlled confidence, people feel your presence. They respect your tone. They adjust themselves to your rhythm. This video will break down the Stoic wisdom behind these 3 words, how to use them, when to use them, and what they do to the mind of the person interrupting you. If you want to become the kind of person people don't talk over, if you want to be heard, respected, and taken seriously, if you want communication power without aggression, then listen carefully to every point in this video. And if you're serious about becoming mentally strong, emotionally calm, and unshakable in your daily life, make sure you subscribe to this channel. More Stoic wisdom is coming that will guide you, strengthen you, and elevate your thinking. Now, let's begin. 1. The first set of 3 words that instantly stops someone from interrupting you is simple, calm, and strangely powerful. Let me finish. These words work because they do not attack the person, but they immediately create a boundary. A boundary of speech, a boundary of respect. People often interrupt because they believe they can take the floor from you whenever they want. When you say, "Let me finish," with quiet authority, not frustration, not anger, not desperation, but calm control, their mind recognizes that you are holding your ground. This short phrase makes it clear that you are not surrendering your voice. These words disarm the interrupter because they shift responsibility back onto them. It forces them to become aware of their behavior. It signals that you noticed the interruption and that you're not allowing it, and the beauty of these words is that you don't need to raise your voice. In fact, the calmer you say it, the stronger it becomes. Stoicism teaches that strength is most powerful when it's silent. When your tone is steady, people automatically adjust theirs. "Let me finish" also carries an unexpected psychological effect. It makes the listener curious. They wonder what you're about to say. They pause. They wait. Your calmness creates tension. People respect confidence that does not need to shout. Use this phrase not as a weapon, but as a boundary. Not to dominate the conversation, but to ensure fairness within it. And when used correctly, you will notice something incredible. People stop interrupting you not just in that moment, but in future conversations as well. Because you've quietly taught them how to treat you. And if you want more powerful communication tools like this, stay with me until the end and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new Stoic lesson. 2. The second set of 3 words that stops interruptions instantly is, "I'm still speaking." These words carry a different kind of strength from the first phrase. "Let me finish" creates a boundary, but "I'm still speaking" reclaims authority. It reminds the other person, not aggressively, not emotionally, but firmly, that the floor is yours. Most people interrupt because they assume you're done or because they believe what they have to say is more important. But when you calmly say, "I'm still speaking," you force them to confront the fact that they cut you off. It makes them pause. It makes them rethink. And it signals with absolute clarity that their behavior is not acceptable. These 3 words are powerful because they bring the conversation back to order. They reset the room. They re-establish the rhythm of the discussion. Think about how Stoic leaders spoke. Slowly, confidently, with intention. They didn't fight for attention. They commanded it through presence. "I'm still speaking" carries that same presence. It is not loud, but unmistakably firm. It is not aggressive, but deeply authoritative. Psychologically, this phrase hits harder because it calls attention to the interrupter's behavior without attacking their character. It points directly at the action, not the person. And most people, when confronted with their interruption in such a calm way, immediately step back. Your tone matters here. Say it too emotionally and it becomes a conflict. Say it calmly and it becomes leadership. These words also teach the interrupter how to treat you going forward. Once you use this phrase once or twice, you will notice people giving you more verbal space. Why? Because you've shown them that you value your own voice. And people always treat your voice the way you teach them to treat it. Use this phrase in meetings, debates, conversations, or even personal discussions where someone keeps cutting you off. It doesn't escalate the situation. It simply reminds them that you have not finished your thought. And remember this truth: the person who stays calm during interruptions is always the one in control. If this message is helping you gain confidence and clarity, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Stoic wisdom that strengthens your voice and sharpens your mind. 3. The final set of 3 words, and perhaps the most powerful of all, is, "Let's stay respectful." These 3 words instantly silence anyone who tries to dominate, interrupt, or dismiss you. Why? Because they shift the conversation from ego to principle, from chaos to order, from emotion to self-control. When someone interrupts you repeatedly, they're not just being rude, they're breaking the code of respectful communication. Stoicism teaches that you cannot control another person's behavior, but you can set a clear standard for how you allow yourself to be treated. And, "Let's stay respectful" does exactly that. Unlike the first 2 phrases, this one exposes the moral ground beneath the conversation. It calls the other person to a higher standard. It reminds them, without attacking, without shaming, without raising your voice, that the discussion must stay grounded in mutual respect. This phrase is a mirror. When you say it calmly, the interrupter is forced to face their own behavior. People rarely want to be seen as disrespectful, especially when you remain composed. So your calmness becomes their correction. This phrase also protects your emotional energy. It prevents the conversation from turning into a battle of voices. It sets a tone, firm, but mature, strong, but controlled, stoic, but human. When the other person hears, "Let's stay respectful," they're reminded that you are not trying to win the argument. You are trying to maintain the dignity of the exchange. And in that moment, their ego loses momentum. Psychologically, these three words disrupt the interrupter's pattern. Interrupting is often impulsive, but when you introduce the idea of respect into the conversation, the interrupter must pause, reflect, and adjust. You are no longer reacting. You are leading. And the person who leads the emotional tone of a conversation always holds the power in that conversation. Use this phrase especially in heated discussions, emotional debates, or situations where someone speaks over you out of frustration. You're not commanding respect, you're inviting it, and that invitation holds incredible authority. If this wisdom has strengthened your communication, your confidence, and your calmness, make sure you subscribe to the channel. More Stoic lessons are coming to help you speak with clarity, move with purpose, and live with unshakable power. If you truly want people to stop interrupting you, remember this: it's not about raising your voice, it's about raising your standards. When you speak calmly, clearly, and firmly, you show everyone around you that your words carry weight. You don't need to overpower anyone. You don't need to dominate the room. You simply need to stand in your presence and protect your space. These three simple phrases, "Let me finish," "I'm still speaking," "Let's stay respectful," are not tricks. They are boundaries. They teach people how to interact with you. They show the world that you value your own voice. And the moment you start valuing your voice, others will too. If this video helped you, if it made you feel stronger, if it reminded you of your inner power, then don't leave without subscribing to the channel. Join this growing community of deep thinkers, disciplined minds, and people who are choosing to speak with confidence, clarity, and Stoic wisdom every single day. Thank you for watching. Stay calm, stay grounded, stay Stoic.